Now to this morning's Newsmax crime report. This weekend saw, the much-hyped No Kings demonstrations aimed at President Trump, and surprise, surprise, violence erupted in all the usual places: Portland, Philadelphia, Seattle, and of course, Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's where a curfew is still in effect after more than a week of riots and civil disorder, and where both the Marines and National Guard remain deployed to protect federal property. Our Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera has the latest. Hi, Jason.
Good morning, Mark and Allison. And once again, Los Angeles proved that it is a playground for lawlessness. This No Kings debacle is just the latest example. According to the LAPD, things started out peaceful until they didn't. Leftist agitators clashed with police, aiming to seriously injure them. Officers declared an unlawful assembly and fired off less lethal rounds to break up the mob. Here's how Police Chief Jim McDonnell explained the situation.
When that happened, dispersal orders were given for people to break up and leave the area. Those orders are given multiple times very clearly. Those who refuse to leave then are subject to arrest. Officers started taking rocks, bottles, and missiles.
The chief said around 30,000 people flooded downtown for the No King Circus, and that's exactly why the Marines and the National Guard had to step in. It's a big crowd, and California's leadership had already proved it couldn't protect federal or city property. And no, the agitators weren't thrilled to see the Marines or the Guard. Some got right in their faces, reportedly screaming at the troops that they were breaking their oaths and barking at them to wake up. California State Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones told Newsmax that what's going on in California is a masterclass in how not to run a state. Take a listen.
I think most states are looking at California right now, especially with the condition our state's in, with our governor absent from the Capitol because he's down in LA doing random press hits and the riots that are going on. I think most states look at California and say, whatever California is doing, we're going to do the opposite. And that's good advice, actually.
So far, the LAPD says it has made more than 560 arrests and that over a dozen officers have been injured since the riots began. But some of the troublemakers left with injuries of their own, painful ones, courtesy of rubber bullets.
I have a bruised left testicle and my right testicle was actually shattered. They said that they somewhat fixed it, so it should have some function, but it's still very badly damaged.
Something tells me that Mr. Badly Damaged is rethinking his life choices. But meanwhile, here in Florida, there were No Kings demonstrations as well. But guess what? No one's throwing bricks at police officers. No one's trying to light them up with commercial grade fireworks. And that's because people know here, you cross the line, you're going to get thrown in jail or worse. It's Mark Charlotte. It's almost as though, or Allison, sorry. It's almost as though tough on crime policies actually reduce crime. Imagine that.
Jason, hey, you were out there in L.A. Did you get a chance to talk to any of the National Guard or Marines that were out there? What did they feel about their deployment?
Basically, it's a mental toll that it does take on them. They say they have to be mentally fit each shift to deal with these confrontations with professionalism and restraint. And they're saying it's not the physical toll. They just have to be mentally prepared every time. And yeah, we talked to a lot of them, both the National Guard and Department of Homeland Security Police, many of whom were Newsmax fans, by the way.
Well, I like that. Let's not have that other guy who was the victim of that rubber bullet ever back again. Yeah. This is a morning show, man.
Hey, there are consequences, right?
Oh, wow. All right.